Defensive teams tonight, premier stoppers on both sides. You're a former scorer. You like a game like this. What do you have to do to get your points, the challenge of scoring?
You know, some of the great scorers in our league, Kevin, do a great job of realizing when a team has put itself in a team foul situation where they can get to the free throw line. So as that happens, great scorers might put more pressure on the defense to force foul calling. Then you go and get some of those freebies. That can loosen up a few things, especially if your defensive stopper suffers through some foul trouble.
It's always great as a scorer to figure out how you're going to attack them, even though maybe an initial roadblock or slowing you down. But you get so much more out of it when you think around the problem and figure it out and get that angle you want.
And how about as a scorer sometimes, Kevin, putting that aside and playing the game within the game and helping your teammates maybe getting a few more open looks as the attention is drawn to you. Maybe you do your damage a little more subtly, and that's with ball movement, setting up your teammates.
Great point. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Utah, the tough defending Favors and Gobert make up the big men. Alec Burks is out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. Cunningham's shot is off. Rubio outside. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. The feed to Favors. And then Favors with the dunk.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Rondo with the ball. And Burks picks him up defensively. Cunningham's shot is off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Burks kicks to Rubio. Pass to Gobert. 5 on the clock. Favors with the screen. Gobert the pass to Rubio. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Rubio's got his first 3 points of the game. For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Davis sets a screen. Rondo dishes to Cunningham. New Orleans moving the ball around. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. And Moore kicks to Cunningham. There's a good screen. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Moore's got his first points in this one.
Good touch on the inside from E'Twaun Moore. Never bashful about taking it right to the defense.
Rubio the pass to Burks. Gobert with a screen for Burks. Ingles dishes to Gobert. Ingles with the ball. Cunningham's there. And the basket by Ingles.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Davis sets a screen. Rondo kicks to Moore. From 17 feet out. And Davis can't get it to go.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
Gobert the pass to Favors. There's the steal. Davis dishes to Holiday. Shoots over Burks. And Drew Holiday, the bucket on the assist by Davis.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
A shot by Burks. Nobody around. A three-pointer, no good. New Orleans gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Davis kicks to Rondo. There's the screen. Stolen by Rubio. Burks on the wing. Inside. It's stolen by Davis. He kicks it to Cunningham. Moore outside. Davis with a screen on Ingles. And it's more penetrating from deep. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
And the Utah Jazz, historically, they've always been one of the better franchises in the NBA. And it was nice to see them back in the playoffs in 2017 after that 4-year rebuilding phase. It tied their longest playoff drought since the team moved to Utah.
Burks for three. That one doesn't drop. And New Orleans will come the other way. And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
Well, Kevin, he expects their interior defense to be airtight. He said rim protection is something we really do well. Our ability to contest shots allows us to become more aggressive on the perimeter. Makes it a win-win. We'll see if all of that holds up for them tonight. Back to you.
Good work, David. Thank you. It sounds like defense is going to be the key for them today.
And it usually is. They try to use their D to make life miserable for every opponent they play.
And sometimes it's not just about one player. For them, it's about a complete defensive effort. In the paint, on the perimeter, in transition, they've got to be all over the place.
And this Jazz organization operating in a small market, but over the years, so competitive.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of times teams want to take shortcuts to contention. The Jazz know they're not going to win the free agent bidding wars. That creates a kind of discipline that they're looking to build from within.
Free throw good. Burks. And Brent, some pressure on the Pelicans front office and coaching staff to win now.
Well, Alvin Gentry has dealt with a lot of injuries surrounding Anthony Davis in his short tenure with the Pelicans, and it took a little while for the organization to confirm that the upper management and coaching staff would be back for this season. So it feels a bit tenuous. Hopefully they can get themselves together and be one of the teams with that kind of talent that finds their way into the postseason this year.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's Cunningham. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
Big difference between aggressiveness and awareness. There's no way he's getting that rebound right there.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Darius Miller comes in for Cunningham. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Davis sets a screen. Outside Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Baseline try. Burks can't get it to go. The Pelicans trail. One-on-one here. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Rubio outside. Burks sets a screen for Rubio. Teardrop shot. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Miller outside. Davis with a screen on Ingles. Miller kicks to Clark. Mirotic the screen. And that one's good by Clark. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job and challenging it.
Here's Burks. The putback. Mirotic grabs the miss. Well, for New Orleans, shooting in this first quarter, around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Holiday, it's tipped.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter. Just not good court awareness there. You cannot afford to be careless. That just leads to bad turnovers.
New Orleans making some changes here. Diallo comes in for Anthony Davis, and James subbed in for Drew Holiday. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Johnson, he's checked in for Favors. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. Hood's checked in for Alec Burks. And Raul Neto subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Mirotic the screen. Miller outside. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. When it comes, Brent, to the subject of intimidation,
gentlemen.
There are certain players who are just downright scary, intimidating to play against.
Insert one Rudy Gobert. I mean, has this guy in Utah not done a great job, Kevin, of manning up the middle in ways that we haven't seen for quite some time? Both him and Hassan Whiteside, along with DeAndre Jordan, those guys are pretty good down deep in the paint.
Absolutely. That free throw good from Miller.
A lot of people feel that for the Pelicans, Anthony Davis is best at scoring off the assists, so player movement and ball movement. They love to create a free-flowing offensive style to help complement that part of his game.
Both free throws good for Miller. And the Pelicans, Brent, looking for more ball movement.
Well, to their credit, they've done a good job of protecting the ball. Not a high turnover team, but just middle of the pack in assists. And a lot of that comes with being familiar with one another. That's something the Pelicans have suffered through. With all the injuries, they'd like to get guys consistently on the floor. I think those numbers will go up.
Mirotic sets the screen for James. They set the pick, and it's Clark in the corner. And the Pelicans miss again.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
And the Utah Jazz back in 2014, the worst defensive team in the league by points per possession. Greg, it's been a dramatic turnaround.
One of the premier defensive teams now in our league in terms of their imposing paint presence. Not a team that gambles for steals or deflections. They keep you in front and force you to play over the top.
And the first one at the line is good.
Alvin Gentry has to be proud that the responsibilities of playing defense for their squad last year was something that they accepted. They went from a bottom 3 team to a top 10 team defensively just last season.
And so he hits both. And with more talent, you think the Pelicans have a chance, Brent, to step their offense up this season?
Oh, I absolutely do. I think the amazing part about last year is that the Pelicans ended up sliding their way up into the top 10 defensively. That's an area where the likes of a team like the Denver Nuggets needs to make their improvement. Maybe between those two teams, they're battling to find their way into the postseason.
Neto kicks to Gobert. Johnson the screen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to Hood. Feeds it to Gobert. Shot clock at 6. O'Neal a screen on Miller. Here's Hood. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
They set the pick. Miller, the pass to Diallo. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. New Orleans shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. And Alvin Gentry, coach under Mike D'Antoni in Phoenix, helped install elements of that offensive system with the Golden State Warriors.
Well, tough last year because their point guard missed most of training camp, Drew Holiday, so you try to establish a good offensive continuity during that time of the year, and that didn't exist. The amazing thing under Alvin Gentry is after making a massive trade during the All-Star break, this team got into the top 10 in terms of their defensive rating. That's impressive stuff.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
James kicks to Diallo. Now here is Mirotic. Not a lot of room. Stolen by O'Neal. Johnson outside. Left side, Hood. Johnson kicks to O'Neal. The pass to Neto. Hood on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson, good.
Well, Joe Johnson, a good shooter for all the time he spent in the NBA. That's solid.
Pelicans trail by 4. James kicks to Mirotic. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
Jerebko's checked in for Utah. Jazz leading by 4. Here's Neto. On the wing, Johnson. Over Mirotic. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Utah has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Neto, the pass to Jerebko. Hood kicks to Johnson. Shoots over Mirotic. And Johnson missing again.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. That is his first foul of the game. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. The 17-footer. It's blocked, but he stays with it. No good from Clark. Utah leading by 4. Hood with it. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Mirotic the screen. Back to Miller. Over Jerebko. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Jazz out in front, up 4. And we'll be back right after this. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
Jazz leading by 4. Diallo out there with Mirotic. Then there's Ian Clark. Then there's Darius Miller. And it's James in at point guard. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Johnson the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. O'Neal a screen on Mirotic. Hood for 3 from beyond the arc and then some. Hood's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Utah. Mirotic the screen. Here's James. Diallo kicks to James. Mirotic the screen. Tries a 3. Utah with the rebound.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Miller outside to the middle. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And those close-range shots are what you want him taking. They always have a great chance of falling.
So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Well, let's say Brent Barry's out there.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, so some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line, and as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard. Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right. Rondo's shot is good.
No doubt about that. It's a bonus anytime you can get Rondo to knock down those contested jump shots. Great focus there on the finish.
Here's the screen. Screen by O'Neal. Here's Hood. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Rodney Hood played 1 season at Mississippi State, then transferred, played another season at Duke. A good floor spacer, Greg, at 6'8".
You know, it's his in-between game that impresses me. Able to beat his man off the dribble. He can hit that little pull-up or drop it off to a teammate. This guy continues to improve.
Free throw good from Hood. Cunningham, he's checked in for New Orleans. And Utah with a change here, too. Derek Favors checked in for Johnson. Both free throws good from Hood. Pelicans trail by 7. And here's Rondo. Passes to Diallo. He feeds it to Cunningham. And a miss there on the triple.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Jerebko kicks to Neto. Put on the wing. The Jazz working the ball around now. Puts it up from 7. Back to O'Neal. 2 on the clock. Jerebko kicks to Favors. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Holiday comes in for Ian Clark. Utah also making some changes. Burks comes in for Hood. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Raul Neto. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Holiday dishes to Davis. Here's Cunningham. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Cunningham's got 9.
Man, he is in the zone right now on offense, guys, building off that efficient first quarter.
And Rubio kicks to Burks. Back to Rubio. Screen by O'Neal. They set the screen. Favors with a screen on Rondo. Dishes to Jerebko. From 11 feet away, and it's off the back rim, no good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. Yes, I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win.
And the defense is just not very aggressive. Definitely fortunate that the mid-range jumper did not find the bottom of the net that time.
For the finish, and the dunk by O'Neal.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation, using the hands How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Davis, the pass to Cunningham. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. We see it so often. A player will languish in one system, then flourish in another. Brent, during your 14-year career, which coach's system fit you the best, you think?
Well, I think my years in Seattle, we opened up the offense a little bit. I had the opportunity to play more of a point off guard. But I also enjoyed the structure of what Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio offered up as well. It's always interesting, Kevin, with players who are languishing on benches for other ball clubs, how general managers start to assess whether that guy can be part of something great if they were to bring him in. I had the opportunity to play for a lot of great coaches and thought that I mixed up my game enough to make it a long career.
Morris checked in for Mirotic. And a switcher also for Utah. Ingles is checked in. No good on the second free throw. Jazz leading by 6. Kicks it to Favors. The dish to Ingles. Now Urebka. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. Davis with a screen on Rubio. Now the feed to Holiday. Moore left side. Davis sets a screen. Shot off the pick. It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Moore.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
And Rubio kicks to Favors, and Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. He'd make a heck of a volleyball player.
Pass to Moore. Over Ingles. Rebounded by Urebko. Jazz have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Rubio against Rondo. Rubio dishes to Ingles. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
All right, I think he's showing off now, but I'll tell you what, that's impressive.
Now here's Rondo. Outside Holiday. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. Favors has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Rubio the pass to Favors. Favors with the screen. Burks kicks to Rubio. Here's Favors, and Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And the Jazz making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Shot clock at 5. The Jazz working the ball around now. Pelicans trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Each more doesn't get a lot of open touches, but when he does, he's got to be prepared to shoot. So lets that one go quickly.
Gobert the screen. Favors sets the pick for Ingles. Outside Favors. Favors sets the pick for Burks. Over Moore. And the shot is long.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Rubio kicks to Gobert. Favors with the screen. There's the screen. Rubio sets the pick for Gobert. They grab their own miss. Favors can't get it to go.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Pass to Cunningham. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Cunningham's got 5 points in the quarter.
Pretty effort from Cunningham to work his way inside and get that one to fall.
Rubio dishes to Favors. Gobert the screen. Jumper off the screen. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. 6 points for Derek Favors. Pelicans trail by 3. Davis sets a screen. Rondo kicks to Moore. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And the Pelicans making a change here. James is checked in. Loads it up for Davis. And that one, good.
Well, the Brow doing a good job of reading and being aggressive after the read. Excellent at hitting the glass with the length that he has. AD already in his young career averaging over 22 points a game, and he can score in isolation, but where he's very elite is finishing off the assist, and also as a guy who runs the floor at his size extremely well.
And the Jazz making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
One shot.
And it's tied up with that one. And with Davis's length, awfully tough, Brent, to block his shot around the basket.
I think that gives him confidence that he can get around any defender. And Kevin, I would tell you, if Anthony Davis is a good defender himself, he can pick up some of the visual clues against the guys who are trying to defend him, where he can become a more offensive player.
Gobert with a screen for Rubio. Just 5 to shoot. Utah needs to get off a shot here. A shot by Johnson, no good.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Here's James. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Utah has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Johnson kicks to Rubio. Ingles with the ball. He's picked up by James. Burks the pass to Gobert. Oh, that's blocked. James outside. He dishes it to Holiday. Davis sets a screen. Rubio against James. Holiday with the 3. Here's Davis. Right through the D for the layup. Davis has got 5 points so far.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Rubio outside. Gobert with a screen for Ingles. Pelicans with the rebound. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. James outside. And it's Davis at the elbow. James outside. Davis with a screen on Rubio. Cunningham from outside off the mark. Utah trailing here. Johnson, a wide open look. Another miss by Utah.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
Davis kicks to Holiday. Here's Moore. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Eachwan Moore out of Purdue, the 45th pick in the 2011 draft. Really pretty much a 3-and-D combo guy and has some versatility even to guard the point guards.
And Moore is certainly a self-made player. He prides himself, in fact, on his work ethic.
You think about in 2017, Moore coming around, drilling 77 three-pointers and shooting 37% last year. So becoming a bit more effective as a two-way player with those kind of numbers.
First one falls for him.
Moore, as an efficient scorer out here, plays well within himself on the offensive end.
Some changes for New Orleans. Diallo, he's checked in for Cunningham. Miller comes in for James. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. Rodney Hood's checked in for Utah. Raul Neto comes in for Ricky Rubio. And so Moore nails both of them. There's a minute 40 left in the first half of the game. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Gobert kicks to Neto. Ingles dishes to Gobert. Feeds it to Johnson. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. O'Neal's check in for Joe Ingles. They need this one. And Neto is good for 3. Neto's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down. When Anthony Davis came into the NBA, you started to think about how he could dominate on the post, but it's really the growth in him as a shooter to stretch it out, shoot 3-point shots that really has opened up some eyes.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Davis. And Davis changed his whole shooting form in New Orleans. He used to shoot from his chest. It blocked his view of the basket. That's
never a good thing. That's your target. So shifting it over on the right side, more towards the shoulder, raising up so that he's got a more clear shooting window. That takes a lot of diligent work, Kevin, and a lot of players try their whole career to fix a shot that's failed. I think AD has done a good job of not only committing to it, but finding success with the new form.
Neto, the pass to Gobert. Hood kicks to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. Nice ball movement by Utah. Clock at 6. Here's Johnson. The shot missing. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Moore outside. Launches it. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And Gobert kicks to O'Neal. Gobert, the screen. Outside Hood. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
The first one falls.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Both free throws good from Hood. 17 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Moore. He's got 12. There's a screen. He kicks it to Clark. That 3 off the mark. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. Kenny, your thoughts? How the Pelicans are playing?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Well, I didn't even know who some of these guys were, but their bench came up with some big shots, gave the team a lift offensively. It's always possible those guys will see more minutes in the second half, but at the same time, if you're a starter for a reason. We shall see, Ernie.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
As we return to New Orleans, a look at some of the buildings along the riverfront here in the Big Easy. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Jazz trail by 4. So on the floor for Utah. Ingles at small forward with Favors at the 4. Ricky Rubio is out there with Alec Burks. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Burks kicks to Gobert. Shot clock at 5. Moore with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway. Moore's got the lead up to 6 now for the Pelicans.
Well, this is some found change in the offensive couch for this ball club to have E'Twaun Moore have a game like this.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Ingles kicks to Favors. Fires from 14. The rebound by Holiday.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
They set the pick. Moore dishes to Cunningham. From outside, off the mark. Jazz trail by 6. Rubio outside. And there's the pass to Ingles. Gobert the screen. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
Pelicans leading by 6. Rondo with it. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Passes it to Cunningham. He feeds it to Rondo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Alec Burks. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. 1, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And 2, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with him.
He misses the free throw.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Jazz trail by 9. And here's Rubio. Gobert, the pass to Ingles. Favors with the screen. Ingles kicks to Favors. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down. And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out, and to have a player like that, it allows your team to excel.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Favors. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA. The ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
Moore outside, 5 to shoot. Here's Davis. Banked in off the glass. Davis has got 12 points in the game.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Now Rubio. Gobert the screen. Rubio outside. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
And once Davis got some speed under him, everyone was expecting him to go for that dunk, which is exactly what you got.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Jazz trail by 10. Rubio dishes to Favors. Favors with the screen. Ingles kicks to Rubio. The feed to Gobert. The Jazz working the ball around now. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Pelicans have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Rondo kicks to Holiday. Davis with a screen on Burks. Davis sets a screen. Back to Rondo. The 3. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Rubio outside. There's a screen. It's good, and the New Orleans lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Favors.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Here's Rondo. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rondo's got the lead up to 10 now for New Orleans.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Davis setting the pick for Rondo. Dishes it to Davis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And Utah adding another terrific defender this summer, trading for point guard Ricky Rubio. Rubio on a bargain contract the next 2 years. A nice move by the Jazz's front office.
And that one falls for Davis.
And another thing with Rubio, the Jazz love to score with the pass. Few better playmakers in the league than Double R. Some might harp on his shooting, but he's a quality starting point guard.
Mirotic is checked in for Ejuan Moore. And Utah with a change here, too. Jerebko's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
And Rubio kicks to Jerebko. Favors with the screen. Ingles with the ball. He's against Cunningham. Offensive rebound. Favors can't get it to go.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Favors with the screen. Here's Ingles. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Ingles has got 6.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Cunningham passes to Rondo. They set the pick. Davis in the corner. Off target with his 3. Jazz trail by 10. Now here's Ingles. 6 points for him. Rubio with it. Picked up by Davis. 4 on the clock. Releases. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. New Orleans making some changes here. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Cunningham. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. And a regroup necessary. Timeout called by Quinn Snyder.
And Ricky Rubio, known mostly for his ability to pass it and create opportunities for teammates, but I think he's an underrated defender at that point guard spot, and maybe he doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively.
And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And Greg, for Rubio, his defense is something that isn't talked about, but is certainly present all the time.
Yeah, he's smart, fast, he moves his feet well, and has terrific anticipation with his hands. Great playing both on and off the ball, and just aware of his spacing and a player's tendencies.
Davis against Favors. Miller with a wide open look. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Miller's got 5 points so far.
And he felt the double team coming, quickly located the open man.
Rubio dishes to Favors. Ingles kicks to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Rubio the pass to Favors. Favors sets the pick for Ingles for the 3. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Rodney Hood's checked in for Utah. Raul Neto comes in for Ricky Rubio. Pelicans leading by 13. Kicks to Mirotic. Back to Clark. The dish now to Holiday. From deep. Rebound, Utah. And a wide open look for Hood. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. And Holiday kicks to Clark. Mirotic, a screen on Hood. And that one's good by Clark.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Jazz trail by 14. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Jerebko kicks to Neto. Pass to Jerebko. He dishes it to O'Neal. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Hood. Makes it off the glass. Hood's got 11.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And Holiday kicks to Miller. Mirotic sets the screen for Miller. Here's Davis. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Davis has got the lead up to 14 now for New Orleans.
And it seems like everything Anthony Davis is touching is turning to gold. And by gold, Kevin, I mean 2 points.
Jerebko kicks to Neto. They set the pick. Outside Hood. Pass to Favors. Here's Neto, guarded by Holiday. Kept alive. Favors. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Davis.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
For Utah, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Diallo, he's checked in for New Orleans. And Utah also making a switch. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Jerebko. He hits the second from the line. Pelicans leading by 13. Here's Holiday. The pass to Diallo. Feeds to Miller. Takes the 3. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Utah calls timeout.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Jazz trail by 16. Neto, the pass to Johnson. Hood kicks to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Outside Hood. Just 5 to shoot on the wing. Johnson puts up a 3. Not going to go that time. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Miller, that's for 2. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Utah's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Neto kicks to Hood. Favors sets the pick for Hood. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. The Jazz have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And free throw good from Hood. Both free throws good from Hood. Here's Clark. He's got 5. Mirotic, a screen on Johnson. Clark kicks to Mirotic. They set the pick. A floater, and Derek Favors pulls it down. Favors got rebound number 8 now on the night. Johnson kicks to Hood. Back to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Neto, the pass to Favors. Shot clock at 6. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. .156 left in the third quarter. O'Neal kicks to Johnson. O'Neal passes to Neto. Shot clock at 5. Johnson attacking. He can't get that one to fall.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. It's stolen by Gobert. Knocked away. Right side Holiday. Softly drops in the floater.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior. And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch 4 and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
They set the screen. Miller outside. Joe Johnson pulls it in. Jazz trail by 16. Passes it to Neto. He kicks to Gobert. Gobert the screen. Hood dishes to Gobert. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And usually that mid-range jumper finds the bottom of the net. The defense has to be more aggressive moving forward.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Joe Johnson on the wing. Shot from 12. There's Miller with the three. Hits it from three-point range. Miller's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for the New Orleans Pelicans. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all, and he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be right back after this. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
All right, guys, remember what we said now. Hey, play our basketball. We've been doing a great job. Let's keep it up, okay? Let's go now.
Alvin Gentry has found an identity that's working, and that makes everything a lot easier on both ends.
And collectively, you really need to remember what that feels like so you can recapture it if and when things start to get a little shaky. You want to be able to trust in who you are.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. We've got Ian Clark, Diallo out there with Mirotic, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Miller in at the small forward. That's the Pelicans' 5. Neto, the pass to Hood. And it's Hood again missing. Pelicans leading by 23. Rondo kicks to Mirotic. Outside Rondo. Mirotic sets the screen for Rondo. From the line. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Rondo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Neto, the pass to Gobert. Here's Hood. He's off on that one. Rondo with some nice D. Mirotic with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And Mirotic kicks to Rondo. Miller with a screen on Hood. Mirotic dishes to Miller. Clock at 4. Here's Mirotic. Off target from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
There's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
Mirotic, a screen on Johnson. Rondo passes to Clark. Mirotic, the screen. Back to Rondo. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Hood kicks to Johnson. Johnson the screen. Gobert the pass to Neto. Gobert with a screen on Rondo. Hood for 3. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
A tough matchup for the smaller defender there. Just shot right over the top without thinking twice.
Rondo dishes to Mirotic. He feeds it to Miller. There's the pick. Back to Mirotic. 3-pointer. And Rajon Rondo, the basket on the assist from Mirotic. 13 points for Rajon Rondo.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
And the Jazz call time here.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Some changes for New Orleans. Dante Cunningham's checked in for Mirotic. Etuan Moore comes in for Miller, and James subbed in for Ian Clark. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Bradley's checked in for Gobert. Udo comes in for Johnson. Jerebko's checked in for O'Neal, and it's Mitchell in for Hood. Neto kicks to Udo. Here's Mitchell. There's a good screen. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Outside Rondo. From deep, James. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
Jerebko, the pass to Bradley. Neto kicks to Bradley. Now the feed to Mitchell. Over Cunningham. And it's Mitchell missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And that one's good. James.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
There's the pick. Neto kicks to Mitchell. Back to Neto. From the arc. And Utah, another three.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Cunningham dishes it to Rondo. Cunningham kicks to James. Pass to Cunningham. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Dishes it to Mitchell. Back to Neto. The Jazz working the ball around now. Jerebko kicks to Neto. This one for three. Sinks the triple. Neto's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Utah.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
That one falls. And the Pelicans lead by 21.
I love the awareness from Rondo. Just an excellent passer who's actively looking for his teammates.
Udo kicks to Mitchell. From deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mitchell's got 5 points in the quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Start it.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. So for the Pelicans, Davis comes in for Diallo, and it's Drew Holiday in for James. And here are the Pelicans now. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Moore outside. Davis sets a screen. With the teardrop, Moore with the bucket.
Moore just recognizing he had a little more space, if you will, Kevin.
Jazz trail by 20. Rubio the pass to Favors. Taken away by Holiday. Kicks it to Rondo. There's the dish to Cunningham. Outside Holiday. Clock at 6. Davis sets a screen. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Sinks the triple.
And you know, that's why Cunningham is such a valuable player, his ability to stretch the floor with his shooting.
Rubio with it. He dishes it to Ingles. Pass to Favors. They set the pick over Davis. Favors can't get it to go.
Yeah, and the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Davis against Gobert. The pass to Holiday. And it's Rondo in the corner. And the 3 off target. For Utah, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. And Rubio kicks to Gobert. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 4 assists in the game. There's a screen, and Holiday has it in the corner. No good with the triple. Jazz trail by 21. And here's Rubio. Feeds it to Ingles. Favors with the screen. It's stolen. And here comes Moore, leading the fast break. Great D that time from Favors. Utah has gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Passes to Ingles. Favors with the screen. Favors with the screen on Rondo. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Rubio. Over Rondo. No good on that one.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Davis sets a screen. Fires from 14. From past the arc. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Enjoyed that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
Utah calls timeout. And Drew Holiday, a good floor spacer. His three-point percentage rebounded after a down season in 2015-16.
One facet, Kevin, I would tell you as a point guard is having consistent teammates. That's not been the case. The more minutes that he plays with guys that he becomes familiar with, I think you'll see Drew Holiday have more consistent numbers.
Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Outside Favors. Moore against Ingles. He kicks to Burks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Utah gets it back. Favors dishes to Rubio. He feeds it to Ingles. And Favors kicks to Ingles. Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to Favors. To the middle. Here's Gobert. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Great patience on the block, elevating with ease and then sinking the close range shot over the top of the D.
.149 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Moore outside. Davis sets a screen. Baseline J on the way, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Moore's got 4 this quarter.
Well, the defense has to get up, especially when E'Twaun Moore is finding himself in those areas on the floor.
Rubio, the pass to Ingles. 1:24 left to play here in the fourth. Stolen by Holiday.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for New Orleans.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And we watched him all night long. No one could really stop him. Just another excellent game it was for Davis.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
That free throw missing. So for the Pelicans, Diallo, he's checked in for Cunningham. Darius Miller comes in for Drew Holiday. And James subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Utah also making some changes. Jerebko's checked in for Favors. Johnson comes in for Joe Ingles, and Hood subbed in for Alec Burks. No good on the second free throw. Jazz have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Johnson dishes to Rubio. Johnson sets the screen for Rubio. Jerebko kicks to Hood. 6 on the shot clock. Moore with the steal. It's Davis with the drop. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
And Gobert kicks to Rubio. Gobert the pass to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Over Miller. And it falls over the rim and in.
And finally hitting their stride. This is the run they needed earlier.
Well, easier to do once the game is on ice, as your opponent sometimes has a tendency to relax.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Shoots from 12. Davis on the follow.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
Here's Johnson. And again, it's Utah.
I don't think Joe Johnson's fazed by a primary defender anymore. Great confidence to knock that one in.
So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. AD, it looked like you guys were having some fun out there. Is there a new dynamic coming up offensively?
No, we just don't care with the ball. The ball moving great. Everybody rebounding and talking. When you play like that, it's fun to watch, and everybody out there having fun, smiling, a lot of emotion. That's all we ask. That's all coach asked for, and we did that tonight.
Good win tonight, AD. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.